Hi everyone, and welcome back to my tiny cabin in the forest. As you can see, I'm busy harvesting the last crops in the garden. And right now, the windy and sunny weather is perfect for drying potatoes before storing them for winter. Actually, it has become quite commonplace here in Denmark to talk about prepping. And last year, the Danish government sent out a letter to all Danes reminding us about the need for having prep supplies ready if a crisis situation should emerge. So I do what I can do at my off-grid homestead. But I will not only just have a few supplies ready for a couple of days. The plan is that I will build a home that also works in a way as a survival shelter, pretty self-sufficient with water, heat, food and electricity. But right now my focus is on storing food, like these Bellebuskop apples that are perfect for winter storage. This winter, instead of renting the annex out, I'm using it as a cold room for food. But later I will build a cold room addition on the main house. But more about my food prepping later in the video. Autumn is not only time for prepping food, I also did find some time to go on a mini vacation with my good friend Thomas. We had decided to go on a small canoe trip together over the course of 2 days. But Bosimat, he had other plans. We did, however, manage to get in the water and start our small adventure. Silently flowing through the Danish landscape like this is a very unique experience. You get to see the landscape from a completely different view, and often we got very close to the local wildlife. And also, every once in a while it is actually pretty nice just to live very simply, only with the things that you can have with you in your bag. And I know, I do it pretty often, but I still get the same sensation out of it every time. The feeling that, despite all the luxuries that we have back at home, you can still create warmth and food with some basic articles in your bug-out bag. And I don't quite know why, but I just have this feeling that skills and tools like these are pretty good investments. After all, no one knows what the future holds, so nothing wrong with being a little prepared.
Det er høns.
Grebet, det er godt, vi skal være inde i hvor så det ikke...
Og det er en.
Okay, det gør det.
Ja.
Back at the cabin, I still had some work to do in harvesting food and prepping up the annex for winter.
Alright, so now I managed to harvest the last potatoes, and they are drying in the sun right now here on the terrace, because this is one of the last dry days in a long time, and it's windy and also sunny, so it's actually quite perfect for drying these crops. And then I harvested some herbs, the mint, which I will use for tea over the winter, and then also the stingy nettles. And the stingy nettles, they are rich in, I think, iron and vitamin A. So I'll just use the stingy nettles in stews over the winter to provide vitamins and also minerals. But right now the time has come for me to mow out in the annex, because I'll turn it into this prepping food shelter for the winter, which is actually the function of the building that I have not yet attached to my main building. So because over the course of the winter I will build this cold room on the backside of my main house, which I can then access from the inside of my kitchen, and out there I will have storage capacity for potatoes and pumpkins and such. So but until then I might as well use my annex for that purpose. Alright, so now my annex here is almost set up for winter, or maybe who knows, the next big catastrophe of some sort due to maybe climate changes or war out in the world. It's nice to have this backup solution with regards to food. Even though I have not bought everything in bulk in the supermarket yet, I think I'll just be doing that right now. So I'll need some more calories and some more protein, and maybe also some water and stuff like basic survival stuff like light and warmth, those kind of articles. So but and then of course I have the food that I've produced myself. But the annex is actually only part of my prepping setup actually here on this property, because I think by next year at this time this part of the property behind me will be much more lush. It will be a bigger kitchen garden, so I have a lot more produce, and also I will design it in a way so I have a lot of crops that are not only ripening during the summer but are also able to harvest, that I can also harvest during the winter, so that I have a pretty long season for harvesting food. So yeah, just to, you know, ensure that food is available at most times during the year, let alone all the food that I of course have stored already. So I will be doing a lot of changes over the winter to prepare the next year's kitchen garden, the expansion of it. And then I will also expand my solar and battery setup. I'm just researching at the moment what I can do to make the most prepping friendly setup, but I have some ideas, so I will return to that during the winter. So basically my prepping setup is my annex with all the food that I have bought in bulk and produced and preserved. It is the garden where I can also harvest stuff during the most of the year, and it is of course the main house, which is still off-grid, and it won't be off-grid forever because I need, for legal reasons, to have it on-grid, but I think the on-grid solutions will still be secondary to the off-grid solution. So it will be first and foremost an off-grid house that has the on-grid power supply as a backup in a way, so that I can have like a freezer with the deer meat and stuff like that. So that is my setup for now. So that was all for me for this time. I really hope you enjoyed it and maybe even found some inspiration. Thank you also for all the kind likes that you give and the comments, for the donations on the Buy Me a Coffee link, and also the super thanks here on YouTube. It really means a whole lot. And I really hope that I can give something back with regards to inspiration as to how you can live more sustainably and maybe also a more prepped up life. But let's not hope that we need that anytime soon. See you again next time.